And we are live. Let me just post on Twitter. So let's post on Twitter. We're gonna do, so last time I posted and a few people clicked, but this time let's try a different angle. So okay, so let's wait a few more moments before we start this live stream. Timestamps will be on the description if you're watching this after the stream. And in the meantime, I'm editing the thumbnail. Anyway, okay, so we are all set up, and this is how many? Yeah, we're 5 minutes in. Okay, I'll put timestamps below. But welcome everybody to the building a startup, a SaaS startup in 30 days challenge. So I launched this challenge this week and we are day 5 into the challenge. The plan, let me open my Twitter. Yeah, still new to this. The plan is pretty simple. So this is day 5. We are building one feature, 10 days to launch, 20 days to distribute. I might change the format because of some things. So where we are at, I already have some deployed product. You can go to aivideorepurpose.com and there is like a landing page in the beginning of this project. I didn't publish the release yet, but the initial logic is working. And now what we are focusing on is we have like payments that I need to finish and some bugs. And right now the bug that I'm working on is pretty boring bug. And for some reason I'm uploading videos and it's working locally, but when I use Docker or when I use my production environment, it's not working, this is a startup life. But anyway, so what you're gonna expect to see in this live stream. So first of all, you can ask me anything related to, what did I write here? Anything related to product, AI agents, cold outreach, personal branding, cold email, building startups, whatever it is, you can join and ask any questions. Throughout the live stream, we're gonna be like 65 minutes. I have time around that. You can ask me any questions. I'll have some questions that I want to answer that I see people and just pop up in the stream. In the end of the stream, I'll show you a demo of more or less where I'm at right now. And yeah, throughout the stream, as I said, I'm gonna talk about some nuggets and things that I see throughout building. And these nuggets will only be shared on this live stream. Maybe I'll do some standalone videos if they get some attention. But yeah, that's why it's worth staying on this live stream, because there is some cool nuggets. And one of the nuggets I mentioned in the previous live stream is that why you should not do marketing. And this is the nugget from day 3, 2 days ago, where we did the first live stream. So that's that. So what I'll do is I'll first of all answer one question here, just so you're not bored. Then I'm gonna just code stuff. And that's how we do it. So the first nugget I want to talk about is live streams. So I tested a live stream 3 days ago, and this is such a hack because you can be yourself, you can be natural, you can just talk like you talk. 90% of what you're talking about will not be relevant, but it's free marketing. And I also want to show you one of my live streams that I did, same type of challenge. It was 3 years ago. Time flies. This video got 1,000, almost 2,000 views and 44 likes. So the algorithm is showing this to a lot of people. And this video that we did also 2-3 days ago got 31 views. And I think it's gonna keep getting more views if it's getting engagement. And I can also share it on YouTube search. So not only that, the tool I'm building right now, aivideorepurpose.com, I'm gonna take these live streams and I'm gonna produce little content in text for Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever it is. So I'm producing one time and I'm not even creating this, like it's all improvising on the way, and I'm gonna distribute this to the other channels. Generally in content, there is a balance between improvising and flexible and dynamic content creation and rigid, fixed, set times where you create content. The first method is more natural. It gives you room to test ideas, and it's flaky. It's like you have an idea, you just share it, you do something. The fixed method is where you pick an idea, you sit down on it, you edit, you take the time to make it, you refine it, and so on. It takes obviously more time, and it's not good for testing. Okay, so in this creative process, you wanna test new ideas, so you find out what's working. But once you find it, you wanna make sure your ideas are great and you're not just releasing half-baked ideas, right? So this is the approach when creating content. And I use this approach on Twitter, where I share tweets on the way. And sometimes there is tweets that I just take more time to write, or tweets that I turn into videos. Okay, so that's in terms of content strategy. Now I'm gonna move on to build stuff. So that's that. If you have any other questions, you can ask on the chat or on Twitter. And that's what we do. And by the way, the problem we are solving with this thing is that I create YouTube videos. There is tons of content in these videos that can be shared across different platforms. I use this method to take my YouTube videos, create kind of promos out of them, and post them in different groups. This allowed me to grow in the past 3 months for over 100 subscribers, got me a lot of leads, and it's just a great method to create content and fill up your calendar. So I use this tool internally, and now I want to productize it and make it better. And yeah, I'm really passionate about this project because not only it's solving my problem, but it's fun to build this, and also I create content for 5+ years, so I just know like what are the things that I want in this tool. So this is pretty cool. Okay, so now I'm back on solving the bug, and I'll pop up in, let's say, 5 to 7 minutes, and I'll give you another lesson that I want to share. Or you can ask questions below. So here is another nugget on the way. If you want to launch products fast, you must put the end result in your mind and always focus on this. This is your North Star. Because throughout working on this product, I have all sorts of things that come up. I want to refactor this. I want to fix bugs. I want to make sure that everything is working like I want this to work. And then you have like a huge list of to-do. And this list of to-do can take you like days, months, weeks to finish. This is why people delay their lunch. This is why I used to delay my lunches as well. But if you say, okay, I'm gonna launch this thing in 10 days, no matter what, is this important right now? Yes, no, probably most of the things are not important and you can move on. That being said, once you're taking these decisions, you will have a lot of tech debt. And that's fine, at least in the beginning stages. First of all, you will always have tech debt and you will always need to make decisions. Okay, tech is all about trade-offs. You cannot ever have the perfect code unless you just code abstractions and some things that no one uses. So, where was I? So you want to have tech debt in the beginning, just so you can release something to the world. Your first objective, my first goal right now, is to get feedback from people as fast as possible. Give them something to play with so they can tell me, okay, this is not good, and so on. If I can get one person to just do that, I'm 90% on my way to making a good product for someone who wants to watch it. Yeah, we have another viewer, so yeah, hello Jonathan. Yeah, thank you, ST. It's appreciated that you watch my videos, and let me know if you have any other I don't know, requests or questions. Like, feel free to ask any questions right now while I'm building, and I will give you the best answer I can. Yeah, and just to continue on what I said, while building your projects, like the way to manage products is that you build, but then things are coming up. And usually, if you are like me, you're gonna be dopamine driven. So you wanna do the things that you wanna do, but you forget what's the North Star, you forget what's most important. So every few hours, every 2, 3, 4 hours when I'm building, I then go and I just write down what I'm doing and if what I'm doing right now is important. If I'm getting stuck, I always remember the end goal. The end goal is to release a product and to make it work. If there is some bugs and it's not working, it's still okay. So you need to let go of the nice to haves and focus on must haves, and always the priority changes. It's dynamic. Back to work. Yes, and just to update like people that didn't see this. So now we are building V1. V1 is basically the core logic plus payments and some UI. It's a very simple version of the big idea. And focusing on V1 right now allows you and allows me to launch products much faster. So if you are not aware of what I'm building right now, it's just a tool that helps me generate more content on the internet. Content right now became the fuel of every business. I don't know if you are on the internet, but what's happening right now with the shift of AI is software companies are becoming marketing agencies, and marketing agencies are becoming software companies. It means that they are all one, and what connects them together is software and content. So each company now needs to do content and needs to do software. Otherwise, they're gonna get extinct or they are not gonna be relevant anymore. So yeah. And we got another viewer. That's cool. So therefore, yeah, I remember what I wanted to say. Therefore, building a tool that helps me generate more content is essentially the fuel of the business. And if I can have some assistant that helps me create a video one time and distribute this across different channels, that's the tool I'm working on. And by the way, if you wanna test this, you can join the waitlist on aivideorepurpose.com, and we'll just turn your ideas to more ideas, essentially. Yeah, and ST says on the comments that yeah, most features are not necessary. And one thing that I want to mention is that I mentioned this in the previous live stream, is that building and marketing is not separate activities. You can talk about what you are building while you are building this. Maybe you're worried about stealing your ideas or something, but talking about this online is generating this distribution, right? So if you imagine that you're just building something and people are asking you what you're doing every day, right? And you just talk about what you're building. It can be friends, it can be family, it can be whatever it is. And because this is it's just naturally like someone is asking you a question, you're just telling them a story. Yeah, today I built this feature and so on, and this feature is doing this, it's gonna help me solve this problem for me, and so on and so on. So if you are building problems that you solve for yourself and you are gonna use it daily, you have a lot of things to talk about. So what I did is I created a demo from this tool, and let me show you. This is the second nugget of this live stream. Let's move to the board. So my new thesis that is actually working on how to build your software products that people want to buy is the following. So you solve a problem that you have, and this problem should be related to business. So it can be in any department of business: marketing, finance, sales, customer support, development, everything in the other product, everything in that area, design. And you solve this problem for yourself, right? And now what you want to do is you want to build enough, maybe internally, maybe with no code, maybe just a pseudocode, build enough so you can demo. Okay, so maybe some minimal UI, you can build very fast UIs with the V0 and all these tools, right? And the cursor and so on. So you can have a minimal backend, you can have some UI, and just record a demo of this. Okay, this is what problem it's solving, what pains you are experiencing right now, and why you are building this. And ideally, it should get you some result in this area of expertise. So it can be marketing, finance, sales, whatever we said, right? It can get you some result. So the result that I want to get from my tool right now is to create more content so I can reach out to more customers, grow my brand, and so on. That's the end result. You always want to focus on the end result. That's what you also mentioned in your demo. Okay. To get more customers, I need to create more content. Therefore, I create this tool that helps me solve this problem. Great. Now you take this demo, maybe you write some words about this and so on, and you just go to different groups. Okay. You go to, maybe you send it to your friends. You can send it to people. It should be relevant people, but you go to groups where your people are at. It can be Discord, Facebook groups, Twitter, LinkedIn, everything, like school, all these places. Some of them are free. You don't need even an audience. And what you can do then is see who are the people that are engaging with you. And your goal is to get into conversations with them, only like talk to them. And what will happen, let's see actually, wait, let me take a break. Not a break, but I want to check something. Yeah. Okay. So we have a few more viewers. So your goal when you're posting on these groups is to just get feedback, get in conversations with people that have the problem that you're solving. Now, because of this demo, you're going to attract these exact people, right? And if I'll show you an example, I'm not just saying this, I actually did this this week and last week. So I went to Facebook and I did this. I did exactly the method that I'm talking about. And in the end, I said like if it's relevant for someone to use it, right? I posted this, I think, on 2-3 groups. And yeah, we got like 28 comments. So obviously, half of this is mine, I think. Yeah, so 14 comments. And we got some conversations. We are still talking to these people. And mind you, like, yes, I have an audience on Twitter here, right? I have like these followers, but on Facebook, no one knows me. So this is a method you can use yourself as well. Last week, I also posted this on, I think, some private group that I'm part of, and I got an interview with someone. And then, so what you want to do is you want to talk to these people. Ideally, go to calls, get to a call with the people that have the pain that you solve. So a lot of these people that commented on my post over there, some of them are just curious. Like there is a trend right now that you just mentioned the word AI. People are just saying, yes, I would like to try this. Yes, I would. I don't know what is this, but it attracts a lot of curious people. So what you want to do is you want to chat with them, check that they have the pain, check that they are actually, they are already doing the process that you are trying to optimize, but you're going to help them save time. You just need to verify that they are doing this. So for me, I verify that people actually create content. If you're not creating content, it's still going to be valuable at some point, maybe not now, but it's not the ideal customer, right? So you should filter these people. Once you filter them, you'd get them on a call, and you don't try to pitch anything, you don't try to do anything, you try to figure out in that process that you just figure out that they are doing, what is the thing that it gives them the most headaches? What is the thing that they are paying for? They have headaches and they wanna, not do it anymore. So last week I made 2 interviews with people like that. And for them, the tool that I'm suggesting is a nice to have. Like I could understand this from the vibe of the conversation that, yeah, it's really nice, but it's nice to have, right? Like you can understand. But what they said instead, both people said, but I have this other problem that I would love to be solved. So maybe these people are not qualified for this tool specifically, but there is another idea they gave me that I can go and tell them about this, and they might want to jump ahead and use it, right? So these interviews are very valuable because you're gonna identify some challenges that people have. If you're gonna do enough interviews of these, 5 to 10, maybe 20, the more you do, the more data you get, but also your time is limited. So yeah, and it also can be confusing. But you talk to these people, you tell them, yes, I'm gonna build this, and you get some feedback. Maybe in the end you show some demo, and the whole goal in the initial stage is to get feedback. Yes, money, it's great, but what you want them to actually use the thing, and the only way it will happen is if they give you feedback of what they actually want. And I done this process last time I built SaaS, which was 3 years ago. I built in public on Twitter in 7 days, and then there was this guy who messaged me and said, hey, yes, I'm interested. Like, there was a few people interested, but this guy was really invested. He was really interested. So he started sending me messages. I'm talking in the DMs, and he's telling me, yes, if you add this and this and this and this. And for 29 days, I just, in the chat, pushing updates, trying to make sure that he wants this. And I don't even know if he will pay me or use it. But after this 29 days, he's like paying, I think he paid like $30, and then he paid another $60. So that's the process. Okay, you do huge hype, you talk to a lot of people, you get feedback, and your goal, and I wrote this, and people seem to like it, you only need one person to pay for your SaaS. So you only need one person. Make them happy, give them the features they want, and after a few days, ask them for, what do you think about this? Is it helping you? And so on. Then go to the next person. Like, use the testimonial as a social proof to get more people in the door, right? And that's the next nugget of this video. Let me know if you have any questions or I'm just rambling here. Yeah, so someone asking on the chat, ST is asking on the chat, he's working on some chatbots for enterprise and he's thinking if to use LangChain or Pydantic and whether Pydantic AI is ready for production. So the thing is, first of all, I don't have much experience like in production level, and I'm still experimenting myself, but my experience is this. So Pydantic AI is pretty new, but they are keep adding tons of stuff, okay? And I like it because they are very active and they keep adding new stuff. So what does it mean is that you can use Pydantic AI for the things that are already working and will never change. So things like workflows, like the simple prompting and all these things, this is like pretty basic. Maybe the syntax changes, but you don't have to update the versions all the time. So for this, they are pretty great. Like, they're way better than LangChain on this because it's way simpler. Now, what I was missing when I was building rugs with with LangChain, with Pydantic AI, is that specifically with rugs, maybe they updated this, but you cannot like do chunking, and it's not so easy like LangChain. So my approach right now is to use both. So I use LangChain and Pydantic AI as well. And if there is something missing, I will use LangChain. And as Pydantic AI adding more stuff and making this, pushing more updates, then I'll transition to only Pydantic AI. And yeah, that's my take around this. So I would say use both. Okay, so back on building. And let me know if this is answering your question. And my pick, like so I used to build like not used to, but I had like this library that I built for working with AI models. Then Pydantic AI came out, and it's just way simpler. So if you can use, like, do whatever you can to use Pydantic AI, like at the end of the day, it's just a library, because it's not like, it's just as if you would write some library, like compared to LangChain, which is a lot of abstractions. Pydantic AI is pretty lightweight, so it's not really restricting you in anything. And if there is a feature missing over there, you can use LangChain. So my go-to would be Pydantic AI. Then if there is a missing feature, I would go to some like LangChain. And yeah, the rate of their updates is crazy. Like you go you update one version and they are already 20 versions down the line, created 20 new versions. So I would not update every update, because it's not that's another tip, I guess. Like, don't update every time, because you'll need to make tons of changes. So that's one of the disadvantages of using a Pydantic. But for this project specifically, the one that I'm building now, I'm gonna start with Pydantic AI. There might be some rugs, so I'm gonna use the stack that I'm using on the channel. If you've seen the videos, like PostgreSQL with pgvector, start simple. Like some of the solutions that you're building with AI, you don't even need rug at the beginning. So I like to do it gradually. Start step by step, build the basic workflows, like the prompts, the workflows, maybe chain them like one prompt after the other. Send, maybe it depends on how many, like why do you need the rug, but it depends on how much context you have. Just in the beginning, send it as it is. Of course, it's not optimized, but you wanna get your customers, your clients, whatever it is, you want your tools and your software to be useful as fast as possible. And you can optimize later the costs, but yeah, getting to the result is important also for your clients. They want to see like their investment is making sense. So you don't have to optimize everything, and maybe you don't even need rugs in the beginning. Okay, so I'll pop off. I'll check the chat in 5-7 minutes while I code here. If anyone has any other questions while I'm building, you can put it in the chat. Anything related to what I'm building or anything related to building products, AI agents, marketing, growth, startups, whatever. I'll check the chat in 5 minutes and give you the answer. yeah, so what I'm doing now is I'm just reviewing some code from Cursor. If anyone has any questions, I'll check the chat in 2-3 minutes. But generally the process with Cursor, like while it's good, it's writing a lot of code, I still treat it like a junior developer, which this is what it is. And it adds new code, but you review the code, test it, then push it, because sometimes it's adding like dumb stuff. So while the concept of vibe coding is nice, you still want to look at it a little bit. Okay, so let me give you the third nugget of the video, of the live stream. So I see that we have new viewers. So basically I just share, like this is day 5 of building my AI startup. If you are not up in the loop, I'll just share what I'm building here, and I record myself building, but also I give some lessons that I learn along the way that I think might be valuable for you as well. So you can first of all feel free to ask me anything, but just to give you context, so we are launching this SaaS in 30 days, or actually in 10 days, 10 days to launch and 20 days to get feedback and distribute. And to be honest, building SaaS and launching software, it's never separated. It's not launched and distribute. You do it at the same time, but hopefully after these 10 days, I'll find a group of 3 to 5 to 10 people that are invested enough to give me feedback and improve the product to their satisfaction. So that's the initial goal, right? And yeah, so this is what we are doing here. And I want to talk about the concept of, I touched on this in the previous nugget, but first let me check if someone has any questions. Yeah, okay. And by the way, the problem that we are solving here is that creating content is very hard, but it's still the fuel of your business. So this is why I'm building a tool that helps me turn videos into more content. And I use this tool internally for months to generate more content for myself. And now I just productize it. Now, the third point here that is related to what I talked about here is that you always want to focus on the end result and give yourself a deadline. Okay, so what does this do when you want to launch a product is that you get rid of all the nonsense. So there is a lot of things that are important but not so important. But if you focus on the end result and the deadline, then you're gonna get focused. So what happened to me is, in the previous 2 days, one of the things I did is setting up a development environment. So I wanted to, when people go to the site, they see this version, right? And there is nothing here, still nothing yet. But I still wanna make sure that it's working in production, right? So I need to test it. But I don't wanna push to production because, so I said, oh, I need this development environment. Otherwise it's not gonna work and I cannot push things. Long story short, these development environments wasted me a lot of time. And then I was thinking, why am I wasting so much time on this? I can just give access to a few of my tester users and just only them can see the rest of the screen. And this literally takes like 1 minute, 10 minutes to build this and push, right? Instead of building a development environment, testing it, doing all this nonsense, okay? And this comes to this. So I was thinking, what here? I'm building like a DevOps operation that is the best optimized thing ever? No, I'm focusing on releasing a product with the set deadline. So this should always be your North Star where you're building these products. Yeah. So we are gonna end the stream in like 10 minutes. If you have anything you wanna ask related to launching products, AI agents, cold email, personal branding, cold outreach content, and that I can answer, feel free to put it in the chat. Otherwise, in 5 to 7 minutes, I'm gonna summarize the live stream and I'm gonna do a quick demo of what we got so far. Until then, I'm gonna code a little bit. Yeah, so we're closing the stream in like 5 minutes. If I see that some people join, so you can say hi in the chat or ask anything, and then I'll summarize in like 2-3 minutes. While we are speaking, we got a sign up right now. No, not right now, like in the past 10 minutes. And today overall we got 2 signups. And yesterday we also got 2 signups. And to be honest, these signups are great, but it doesn't mean anything right now. So yeah, what's more important in this stage is feedback and getting the right feedback from the right people, that like your ideal customer profile, and the people that, which I think it's a bloated name of just saying like the people that have the pain that you're solving. That's ICP. Yeah, so okay, so let's end the stream. Let's see if my update is up, and I'll maybe do a demo. Yeah, it's up. Yeah, I'll do localhost demo. Okay, So what we done today, and essentially the local version is working way more. I have like a bug that I need to solve in production. I did some marketing today, some conversation with people, and we improved. Like I didn't code much today actually, and I need to push more in the upcoming days because we have 5 days to launch. But essentially, yeah, we are uploading a video here. This is an example of a video that I uploaded like the last video I uploaded, or yeah, building landing pages, and this description was generated automatically with this tool. So if you take a look at Outdoor Inspiration, let's see if this is actually that. Yeah, so this is actually the same. I just did some edits here and put it there, and then I also got a Twitter promo. So this one is not a good, I think I didn't use it. I didn't use this one, I think. But yeah, I still need to improve my algorithm in terms of creating the content. But this tool, this is a machine that I'm gonna use to create tons of content online, tons of them. There is gonna be, so for now there is only YouTube description and Twitter promo. There is gonna be tweets, like give me like 10 tweets about from this YouTube video, and some other things, maybe some newsletter. So for example, there is different types of videos. For example, this one is a tutorial. I can take this tutorial and turn it into a blog and rank it on a website. And of course, you know, it's a different game, SEO, but still I'll have something on the blog, and I didn't need to write it. Okay, so the whole goal of this tool is to be able to create and post in seconds or minutes, and that's what I'm doing. And that's it. So the next days I need to add like, and the core logic is of course not perfect, but it's enough to demo. It's enough to show it to people. What we are adding is when people click the dialogue here, they're gonna get to a, they need to pay for, they need to buy some credits, and I need to integrate Stripe. I need to do all this cool stuff. By the way, there is a video coming up next week, in the beginning of the week, how to set up a SaaS, how to start a 10K MRR SaaS in 20 minutes, where I show you how to host your SaaS, how to clone a template, how to have the payments, have the database, front end, back end, all in 20 minutes of a video. It's in the edit, so I'm still working on that. That's day 5 of building a SaaS startup in 30 days. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's see if someone, let me know if you have any questions. And we'll see you on the next day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming. Come next week with other questions. We talked about in the stream about how to launch products, so I'll just give you a recap. The power of live streams and how to create content in terms of fixed ways and dynamic ways of creating content. This is one thing we talked about. We talked about the process of building SaaS startups from zero. You can rewatch it and get to the point. I will put these timestamps below. And we also talk about the importance of the end result and putting a deadline while you are building your products. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next ones. Bye-bye.